missed you. Couldn't wait to talk to you again. And you know what? You don't even have to have a question right now. I got one for you. You remember in number 6, I ended up talking to you about biological and technological. In release number 6, I talked about biological and technological. But I don't think, listening to that one, I don't think I ever really got into detail about the difference. And so that's all I'm going to talk about right now, is the difference of biological and technological. Remember when we said that the cube has basically these two tetrahedrons. You've got the biological tetrahedron and the technological tetrahedron. And basically what this does is one goes here, okay? And then another one is set up, you know, like so, okay? So it hits your four corners. So you've got your biological and your technological. So what's the difference between a biological and technological? Now remember when I said that these corners basically are regions, and each one is a system. And pretty soon you'll start seeing that each one of these systems are, well, they're regions, but they run as systems. So they've got behaviors, components, and resources within them to run each system. Let's say you have a financial system. Well, you have certain behavior within that system that runs that system, and then you have components and resources that run it, and it's kind of like a department, like I said, and you have everything you have it's stored within that region. Remember, this is a storage device, but it also is a way of engineering how to style and to engineer our life, and so that you and I both have the same model. So when I think of financial system, I store it in one place and you store it in the same area. So, and all your information is stored there, and it's stored in behaviors, components, and resources. But when you have biological and technological, think of biological as something that you think of without civilization. If you did not have any civilization, that would be biological. Good example probably is my physical health. That is a biological system, right? Simple. Pretty simple. Biological. Well, as you can see, when you put these together, I don't know if you can see this or not, but pretty soon you'll start seeing that they have, they'll have flip sides to them. And the flip side is a biological and technological. So the technological side of the biological is like the physical body has clothing. Well, if I was not in a civilization, I could go commando if I wanted. I could run around with nothing on if I didn't have anybody else to worry about. Don't worry. I won't. Not on that video. Don't do demonstrations. Don't worry. Okay, this is all G. Sorry about that. Don't want to scare you, but I just want to say that basically you have that dynamic, and you'll see that in the system when you turn it around. There'll be things that cross over to one another, and remember when I said, like when you said it's like who and how and the what and why and where and when. Well, when you start seeing these systems align, you'll start seeing that maybe the physical is more towards the who or whatever, and then across the way is how, and then you do work with clothing or whatever. So that's one example, physical, whatever. Another one might be, and these are just throwing things out there, a lot of the regions, to be honest with you, we almost need to build a system to figure out the labeling of the systems. You know how when they came up with the atom, you know, they knew the atom existed, but they didn't have everything labeled. Same thing with the regions. We don't have all regions purposely labeled, but the regions, I'll talk about that on another video, but the regions, there's a lot to understand about regions, but you have to just understand there's different classifications. There's the center, which remember, mental administration, and then you've got the sides, which there's 6 sides, and then you've got the corners, and then you've got the edges, which there's 12. So you've got 8 corners, 12 edges, and those are the different groupings of the regions. And it's much easier to do when you have it in a system, because there's so much computations that have to be worked with and aligning and everything. But anyway, I think that's all you need to know about biological and technological. You just have to understand, and kind of these regions will line up that way. You can probably figure out what biological would be, and then there's on the side of biological, there's always a technological side. So biological needs material, they need housing, they need clothing, they need these kind of things. And I guess, you know, and I don't want to go into great details because of this, what we're doing with regions right now, and I don't want you to get confused. So, if you have any questions between biological and technological tetrahedron, just ask me. Thank you so much.